Anyway, how do you improve your English and your cooking at the same time? I recommend reading, but not just casual reading, reading out loud. We all know how to read simple words like cat. Instead of seeing it as a one big word, split it into smaller pieces. C-A-T. You can do the same thing with longer words, like efficient, F-F-I-C-ient, efficient, or understandable, un-the-stand-a-ble. Understandable. Much easier, isn't it? Breaking words into smaller chunks makes them easier to read. Over time, you'll notice your reading speed, pronunciation, and confidence all improve. Well, cooking works the same way. When you understand every ingredient and what it does, you just stop guessing. A recipe that once took you 4 hours suddenly takes you 40 minutes. And the result is even better. People won't just enjoy food, they will be impressed by your skills. But there's the next problem. How are you supposed to pronunciate a word if you never heard it before? Cooking has the exact same issue. Most people barely use any spices, so the food ends up tasting plain, even if they follow the recipe perfectly. Pronunciation is the spice of English. One of the most common sounds is the shanghua, written as an upside-down E in between two kicked sticks. It's the relaxed sound you hear in every word, like about, support, or banana. But that's only one spice. Here are a few more. Yeah, you don't have to become Gordon Ramsay to learn all of this. So how do we make it simple? Let's go back to tomatoes. If you throw tomatoes into a plate with pasta and meat without knowing why they're there, the meal might turn out questionable. The same goes with herbs. Imagine a recipe calls for tomatoes, basil, and oregano. If you've never seen them before, how are you supposed to know what each adds to the dish? Simple, right? You don't learn by dumping in the whole jar. You start with a pinch of basil. Taste it. Notice the change. Then add a little more next time. Learning pronunciation works the exact same way. Pick one sound or word that you struggle with. Stand in front of a mirror. Say it. Listen carefully. If it sounds off, adjust it. And try again. Small improvements, repetition every day. Eventually, everything becomes more natural. So, here's another thing that catches almost every English learner. But before that, let's break the ice with a simple word. Can you tell me your favorite ingredient? Let me know down below in the comment section. So, one word doesn't always have just one meaning. Keep thinking of the word as an ingredient. The ingredient stays the same, but depending on the recipe, it creates a completely different dish. Take the word run. You can run a marathon. You can also run a business. Your nose can be running when you're sick. Same word, different recipe, different meaning. So let's also take the word break. You can break a glass. You can also take a break from work. The news can break overnight. The same ingredient, different flavor. Here's another one. Light. Turn on the light. This bag is light because it doesn't weigh much. You can also light a candle. One word, 3 completely different meanings. Cooking works the exact same way. Think about a tomato. Again. Since it slices into a salad, cook it into pasta sauce, blend it into soup, or dry it in the oven, it's still the same tomato. But depending on how you use it, it gives a completely different taste. English works exactly like that. So, don't ask, what does it mean? Instead ask, how is this word used? Because context is the recipe, and the recipe changes the flavor. So, the funny thing before that I said, let's break the ice. It's called an idiom, And you have lots of idioms in English. So, let me show you a few more examples. We can mix the ingredients together. That likely makes vocabulary, step by step. If we get stuck, we can just pause and let the flavors for a new path sink in. Think of idioms as the secret ingredient that makes a dish or a sentence just stand out. It gives it the personality that we're looking for, the little humor, so you won't sound so stiff. Like a perfect recipe, grammar and pronunciation blends together smoothly. When you compare flavors, we compare nuances between synonyms. So, let's turn it a bit of a reading practice. Let's just simmer the sauce. It deepens the flavor of our lasagna sauce. So, at the same time of our language skills, as we plate our dish, we present a full sentence, balanced and rich. In the end, tasting the result is just like speaking confidently. You savor every word. If you want to take your English to the next level, join a language class on our IQ server for more lessons, practice, and supportive community that will help you practice everything that you struggle with. So see you there!